Welcome to the After Talk. For those of you who've been watching on YouTube earlier, we do apologise for starting this again, but unfortunately we have been having technical issues on the Facebook side, so we're starting the broadcast again. So for everyone on Facebook, welcome in. This is the After Talk, following our draw yesterday. More details on that in a bit, as well as the interview with our caretaker manager, as well as scores from everywhere else, and plenty of questions to be had. So here's a score that happened yesterday. So Meliden drew at home to CERNYW 4-4. The first goal came from Ridley Williams in the 5th minute before Matty Griffiths scored the comeback. Scored a reply literally a few minutes later, and then Matty Griffiths also got us into the lead in the 18th minute with an absolutely sublime effort, it has to be said, CERNYW-esque, you would say, because it literally happened just outside the box, and it literally looped over the defence, over the keeper, and into one of the top corners. It was absolutely fantastic. Then the equaliser came from Ridley Williams. So one scorer for each side, 2 goals from each side on the before the stroke of half time. Then it's Evan Epsley who got ourselves back into lead at 3-2. Then it was 3-3 for Liam Daly, and then 4-3 to CERNYW, thanks to an effort by Ocean Roberts. Then Macaulay Ross, who I mistakenly thought it was Matty Griffiths getting a hat-trick, so I do apologise before that yesterday. Had an effort by Malachi being put in. It was initially saved, but then it was rebounded in by Macaulay Ross to drew it to 4-4. And these are scores from elsewhere, including the first actual round of the Dragonsides Amateur Trophy. But first of all, the only league game that happened yesterday was Llansannon versus Glan Conwy, which finished by 2 goals to 0 to Llansannon. And then the first round proper of the Dragonsides Amateur Trophy finished at the Meadows for Prestatyn Sports. They've been knocked out by LFA by 9 goals to 0. That is a massive scoreline for them. Prestatyn Town have fared better. They've won 3-0 away to Llanelldra and Mocknant. And Broughton United, who we got knocked out last month in this similar competition in the first qualifying round, were knocked out by Bangor City 1876 by 11 goals to 0. So that is a major scoreline there. So let's have a look at the table from yesterday as far as the league table is concerned. Llansannon now lead the top after their win, ahead of Llanelldra Junction by 2 points. Then it's Mocknant Sports on 12 points in third. Then it's Conwy Borough, Kilmore Bay, who we're facing next week. Then it's Llanfecyn Town, CERNYW after their draw with us yesterday. Then it's Llanelldra Amateurs, Glan Conwy, Cerrig John, Meliden in 11th, Glanau, and in 13th is Roche United. Now here's a snippet of an interview with our caretaker manager for this week, Chris Morrell.
You got to give him massive credit for that, for the coming back and getting that draw in the end. Like it was a shame that we couldn't really hang on for the win. It was a great game, to be fair. Both teams deserve a draw was a fair result. I think really both teams deserve a bit of credit out of it. But to go up twice and then lose that twice is disappointing. But at 4-3 for them, we probably could have folded, really, given the confidence confidence levels at the moment, and they didn't. So massive credit to the players, really, and I think we probably finished stronger, so we probably could have got a 5-4, but I think the draw was a fair result, to be fair, but I was pleased with them, that they never stopped working, to be fair, all of them. They worked hard for each other, they didn't quit.
You can watch the rest of the interview on our website by going to www.melidenfootballclub.co.uk, as well as visit our socials on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, as well as sending any questions or queries you may have to melidenfootball@gmail.com. That's melidenfootball@gmail.com. And here's how you can win £50 at the end of the season with every right prediction. Fancy £50, play your predictions right, and you can do. Get as quickly as many match goals as possible throughout Meliden's season is the best chance of winning £50 at the end of it. It's free to enter. All you have to do is enter your name and prediction of the game on our website or during the build-up in the Facebook comments. Entries must be 18 or over and have access to a PayPal account in order to transfer the winnings. New entries after the Christmas holidays will close, but the entries after closing will not be counted. The very best of luck to you all. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what happened yesterday. So we drew 4-4 against CERNYW. It's our second point of the season. We still feel a little bit aggrieved. We couldn't really get a win out of it, but still a point nevertheless. And hopefully we can try and get ourselves back up and running. We're feeling, but we felt we've played much better yesterday compared to the previous games that we had so far this season. But we're still looking to try and get ourselves an actual 3 points on the board. We're still trying to push ourselves forward, but luckily we're not bottom of the table anymore. We're just we are climbing slowly up. But so let's hope it's just the improvement vastly going forward, because that's what we need. We need to try and push ourselves a little bit more going forward. So let's have a look at the questions, shall we? We've got at least 6 questions, 3 of them from Scott Stewart and 2 of them from Tom Wright. So we're going to start off with Scott Stewart here. How do you think the lads performed yesterday in general all over the pitch? I have to say the first half for us was quite fantastic. I mean, barring the first, barring the equaliser before half time and the first goal, we've been performing well. Chris has really pushed the lads on as much as he can. He's been absolutely up and down the touchline, trying to get the lads as much as he can. Absolutely fantastic, as Chris yesterday. It's still early days. If we are able to try and push ourselves forward, especially with Kimmel Bay coming up next, which is a big game, then hopefully we can try and get ourselves a little bit of a result out of it. But as the old adage goes, never count chickens until they are hatched, and that is what we need to look out for. What did Matty Griff have for breakfast yesterday that allowed him to score 2 goals and last longer than 13 minutes on the pitch? It must be more than just Weetabix. It must have been more than Weetabix. Come on. Matty Griff has been absolutely fantastic form yesterday, and sadly we haven't got the video anymore. But though, if I was able to show you the clip, like I said, the second goal from Matthew Griffiths was John Fashanu-esque. Literally outside the box on his right foot, and literally, like I said, leaps it over the defence, over the keeper, and into the top right corner. Absolutely fantastic, has to be said. But really, that was. Compared to performances recently, that was a brilliant performance from Matthew Griffiths as an individual, at least. But we performed well better over the pitch. We have slacked off, like I said, in the second half, but we're just trying to get ourselves back on our feet as much as we can. Are the club any closer to getting a permanent manager in? And could Chris Morrell be the answer after getting the tune out of the lads yesterday? Well, but we'll have to wait and see, because like I said, Chris Morrell has been fantastic yesterday, absolutely brilliant, and it's just a kick up the backside that the lads need, and exactly the kick up the backside that the club needs. If we can try and if we do keep Chris on, which is really up to him, but if we do keep Chris on, he's going to be absolutely vital to try and keep ourselves up in this league, as well as try and maybe get a little bit of a good cup run in the Coxon Cup, if that is the case. But right now, that's entirely up to Chris, because we're not for one pushing if we want to come on board or not. But though that's a situation we are going to try and get ourselves wrapped up around. Right, so 2 questions from Tom right here. How do you think the lads played yesterday? We played well in general in the first half, slacked off a little bit in the second half, but we managed to try and get an equaliser out of the end. But really, it's been a good game, quite a shortish game, because like we didn't really have to pay much attention to the clock. But though, like it was good in a sense of just trying to push ourselves forward, and seeming the lads, especially like the likes of Macaulay Ross, Morgan Vickers also started today. He's been brilliant at the back. You've got a brilliant performance then by Maliki pushing himself forward. Noel Jones come on, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, just absolutely good performance all round from the lads. Like I said, we only slacked it off a little bit when Chris Wright came off, and also Chris Wright is going back to Australia today. So thank you very much, Chris, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. You've been fantastic, nevertheless. And but yeah, it's been a brilliant performance all round for the most part yesterday from the lads. And do you think yesterday's performance was an improvement since the start of the season? Yeah, I do believe it's an improvement from the start of the season. Yes, we haven't got a winner yet, but it's a massive improvement that we need, and hopefully trying to push ourselves forward as much as we can. Again, it's early days, and we'll try and cross that bridge when we come to like the big games. Like I said, we've got two massive games coming up later on this month, including a Cookson Cup match against Iglanai at near the end of the month, and we also may have like another few more matches scheduled for that time. But let's see what happens. If anyone's got any questions, put them in. My personal view of the game yesterday, like I said, it's been what we need for a long time. We need to try and push ourselves a little bit forward, and who knows what happens next? But yeah, if anyone else has got any questions, do feel free to put them in. Might be able to answer one more question as far as I go. Yeah, but before we go, like I said, we've only got like one more match. Before we actually announce the details of that, I wanted to say a quick thank you as well. But the football club wants to say a quick thank you to PW Dallimore for installing the extra fencing at the ground, excavating along the way. So massive thank you to our main shirt sponsors, PW Dallimore, trying to get that sorted in as well. And yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been good. It's really good. Right. So now let's announce our next match, and of course, is a absolute doozy. We're going to be at home to Kilmore Bay. The match will kick off at 2:30, and the match time will return for 2:25 next Saturday, and then the after talk will be at 4:30. So my last thoughts from me today. It's been improvement, like I said, from yesterday, and we'll try and push on as much as we can. But though, let's see what happens next. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you for the match against Kilmore Bay. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your Sunday evening. Good night.